guys, so I am on my way to my second and final maternity shoot before my little angel gets here. I'm 32 weeks and 2 days today, so I wanted to include a little bit more this morning getting ready, but it is so early. I was up at 7:30. I took a shower, I did my hair. I did my hair the best I could, and I did my makeup. So I'm on my way there now, and I am like running a little bit behind, but that's fine. She's running behind as well, so it's all right. But I wanted to pop on here and give you guys a little 30 and 32 week update on my pregnancy, because I did have my 32nd week appointment yesterday, and in 2 weeks, I think it's September 4th, I will have my last appointment for every 2 weeks, and then I start going weekly. So it is becoming so real, guys. Like oh my God, it's crazy how real this has all become. 30-week appointment was pretty easy. It wasn't anything. Every appointment you get your blood pressure taken just to check for preeclampsia and other issues with blood pressure, and you also leave urine. That's something that you do every time that you're there, just to check for bacteria and infections and things like that. Protein in your urine, it's very important to do that. I am still on cloud 9 about not having gestational diabetes. I know I went over this kind of in my 28-week appointment, but I do not have gestational diabetes, so that is also really, really cool that I don't have to deal with that. It just makes everything so much better. That was great. 30 weeks, she's head down. The doctor said she's between 3 and 3.5 pounds by this point. She's like 15 to 16 inches long. You never really know until they're born, but that's just like a rough estimate. 32nd week appointment, I did have to get my Tdap shot. I know a lot of people are anti-vaccine. I am not. I do know that there are certain vaccines that I do not get, and that's just personal preference. Things that I need in order to go to school and to go to college and to function, I do. You know what I mean? My mom was never crazy about that. Was never anti-vaccine. Everybody has their things that they believe in and things that they don't. So no judgment here. If you like to vaccinate, that's cool. If you don't, I don't care. It's not my life. But I got the Tdap shot and my arm is still sore. And it was a pretty basic, easy appointment. Her heart rate has been in the 140s, which is absolutely perfect. She's growing the way that she needs to grow. She's still head down, like I said. We are set for a vaginal birth. Unless complications or something arise, then of course I would have to have a C-section. But things are starting to ease up a little bit more at the hospital that I'm going to be giving birth at, which is really great for me. I still can only have one support person in the room at a time, but if my mom wanted to visit me or someone else in my family wanted to visit me for a few hours during the day, that would be fine, as long as the father of my child is not there. So the rules don't really make sense to me, but I'm happy that they are changing a little bit. I really, really am. And things are getting a little bit easier. So I'm hoping in the next 55 days before my due date, I'm hoping things stay the same, because October, November, December is going to be flu season again. I don't know if this stuff will spike up again. Who knows? But that's off topic. But that's just a little rundown on what it's looking like for my labor and delivery. I do not have to get tested for COVID. Everyone is treated as a COVID patient. But when the doctors and personnel are in the room, they do ask me and the support person to wear a mask to protect them from us, basically. So nothing extreme there. I'm really happy with how things are changing. And I will say, since 28 weeks, not so much 28 weeks, but 29 weeks and on, I have been just very, very uncomfortable. I have been experiencing like upper to middle back pain, which is completely normal. It's just everything weighing down. I have been feeling very, very, very uncomfortable, especially at night. I have had a lot of pressure when I walk, and the urge to pee has came back full force. I definitely go pee probably 3-4 times a night, and I cannot hold it anymore, which is not good to hold your pee anyways. I'm just saying, like, I cannot hold it at all. Because it puts like this immediate pressure like in my pelvic area. So she is still pretty high in my belly, from what I can see. So everybody tells me she's carrying pretty high. I'm starting to run out of breath a little bit. My appetite's kind of been depressed, I'd say. I'm not eating as much as frequent, but I do get hungry a little bit more often now. A little update on the nicotine journey. If you guys have watched my YouTube videos, you guys have known that I struggled through it with it the first and second trimester, and going into the third, I did not want to smoke, and I am now about a week clean off the cigarettes. It has not been easy. It's been very hard, very stressful. I work in a bar, I'm around smoke. It's hard, okay? But I'm doing really, really good. I feel better. Each day gets a little easier, and I'm hoping, you know, by the 2-week mark, the 3-week mark, once I get to that month, I will feel even more better. So that is just a couple things that I've been feeling. I have been getting headaches more often along with that back pain. Like I said, I'm just taking Tylenol when I can, and baths and heating pads. Those are the only kind of reliefs that you guys can get when you're pregnant. It's terrible. You can't really do much for yourself when you're in pain when you're pregnant, but baths and heating pads definitely work. I have experienced some bathroom issues. I wouldn't say that I'm constipated. I'd say that it's the other way. I have been feeling a little bloated. I did get asked if I've had like gas or like bloating during this pregnancy, and I mean, of course, that's very, very common. It's normal. Yes, it's gross and it's like uncomfortable, but everybody farts, everybody burps. Everybody has to go to the bathroom eventually. You would literally die if you didn't. So I've been experiencing that. It's not as bad now because I'm more hydrated, but you definitely just have to up your water intake. Going back to getting blood pressure taken, that's been great. My heart rate's been fine, and I think it's getting even better and improving more and more each day as I'm not smoking. So that's really, really helpful. And I'm trying to think of anything else I felt. I didn't want this update to be too long, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of a little glimpse of my morning. I'm going to be vlogging all day. I'm about to give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes of my Milkbath maternity shoot. This is not what I'm wearing, but this is what I had to wear in the car because my outfit is a little see-through. So I have to wait until I can get some white little undergarments on so that it's not completely see-through. I do have my espresso drink. I did get an espresso machine. You guys will see my splurge haul on my self-care haul pretty soon, but I did get an espresso machine and I am in love with it. Of course, it's not as great as Starbucks, but it's gonna save me money in the long run. So heartburn has been so real, y'all. Like, I have had heartburn every single night, like every single night, and it is bad. I have to take 2 to 3 Tums, sometimes more at night. So I don't really want to take antacid. Those kind of upset my stomach, but I do take Tums, and I literally keep this bag of medicine with me. I mentioned this in my pregnancy must-haves. It is still a must-have. Pregnancy heartburn is terrible. Like, I had acid reflux before, but I can drink water and get heartburn. So alright guys, so that is my little update. I am going to include some maternity shots from my last shoot. We did an outside golden hour, and today we are going to be doing a milk bath. Next, you're going to see some behind the scenes of the actual shoot and maybe some behind the camera shots. We will see what she lets me record. She's a good friend of mine. I love her work. She's amazing. You will see in her work. She is fabulous. I love her. She makes me so happy with her work. And then I'm also going to come back a little bit later because I am doing another ultrasound today, 32-week ultrasound. My parents and the father of my child are supposed to be coming, and I am so excited. This is the last ultrasound that I get before she's here, and I'm so excited. Hi guys, so I am in a different location, but I wanted to share with you, to wrap up this video, my experience at the Sneak Peek 3D 4D ultrasound place. I've explained this before. It's basically a service that you pay for additionally outside of the ultrasounds that you get at the hospital. So I did pay extra to see my baby again at 32 weeks and 2 days. I brought the father of my child and my mom and my dad. It was an experience that I wanted everyone to kind of get to enjoy. So I'm so glad that it worked out that they were able to come because, as most of you guys know, my parents are not going to be allowed to be in the labor and delivery section or unit with me. It's only one person at a time. So the experience was awesome. The room was huge and they put your ultrasound on a projector for everyone in the room to see. There was a comfy couch, there was a chair, and there was a bed for me. So it was really clean, sanitized. They had roll-out paper that you kind of laid on to protect you from the sheets. And I did get a full 20 or 25 minutes, which was great. I did pay a $25 deposit, and then I did have to pay an additional $105. So the entire session was $130, but she did give me extra time in there, at least 5 minutes, and she did print me out a ton of pictures, and I did get color and black and whites. So I wanted to share with you guys my experience. I had a great time. I think it was something that's actually worth it in the end with your money, whether you bring, someone with you or if you just want to experience it yourself. My girl was all over the place, but at the same time she wasn't. She was head down, which I still thought that was the case. She's very close to the birth canal, kind of like in the position of being in my birth canal, which is absolutely great. It makes me have hope that I'm gonna have a normal birth. A lot of the ultrasound, she had her hands and her feet in her mouth. She was curled up completely, so we did have to kind of shake the I don't know what to call it, the Doppler. I don't even know if it's a Doppler. But she did thankfully cooperate for some really good pictures. So the first pictures I'm going to show you are in black and white. And that is the first picture. Like, come on, those are crystal clear. A couple of these pictures she was smushed up against like the wall, since she is so close to like the uterus and the just birth canal. She's just close in there. She's in the labor position. So this is the second one. She definitely looks like her daddy. She's got his nose and lips. Doesn't really resemble me right now. And then this was so awesome. She started to stick her tongue out. And she did this a lot. My mom was actually in there as well, like I said, and she recorded some clips, which I will include after I show you some pictures. And she just recorded some. I'm not sure if we were able to, but we did anyways. So here is a profile picture, and if you can see here, her mouth is open. Her mouth was open a lot of the time that we were there, and like I said, her feet were in her mouth. I mean, we are so lucky that she moved her feet and her hands long enough so that we could get some good pictures, but she was making all of the expressions. I am like so amazed. She looks mad in this one, like, stop taking my picture. And then this one, she has her foot by her face, and yes, that is her foot. There's one I'll show you that you can actually see her toes. This one, she's like, lots of expressions. Once we could get her to move and wake up, we got enough pictures for her and of her to know that everything was okay. Nothing looked abnormal. We got some great pictures to get my money's worth, and then she went right back to sleep. So this is also another picture confirming that she has hair, the spiky, shiny stuff. And then I got a ton of others as well. She printed off extra, and then this is her hand. resting, and then she's like, oh my goodness, I love her so much. We got a little grin. Like, I'm so glad I did this, guys. I highly recommend this. If you have a place near you, ask your OB or ask somebody near you. You could ask for recommendations. I highly, highly recommend it. It was such a great experience. Oh my goodness, I just love her. And this is her kind of tired resting on her hand. So we did that. Like I said, the whole price was $130. She gave me extra copies. If you're lucky enough, you will get someone that allows you to have extra time in there. And then I also paid an extra $25 for a heartbeat bear. I knew I wanted one of these, and I just said, why not? This might be the only child that I have. And I got the giraffe. Oh. And it plays her heartbeat. I love it. Overall, I am so happy with my experience. Nothing negative to say about it. My parents and the father of my child really enjoyed our time there. I will say that during the ultrasound, I did experience some Braxton Hicks, is what she told me. I thought I was going to be able to feel those, but I guess not. I guess what I have been feeling have actually been Braxton Hicks, so that's just something else to add into what I've been feeling the last 4 weeks. I thought that I hadn't experienced them, but they do feel like mild menstrual cramps. They kind of tighten around your uterus or across your belly, and they last 30 seconds to a minute, and they go away, and they're not too painful. It's something that you notice, but not something that's like immediate, you know what I mean? You'd know it, but they also go away quickly, so it's not like it's real contractions. It's basically just getting you ready for the real thing. But I have been feeling those, and apparently it's also like a pressury feeling, and I've been feeling that a little bit. Nothing of concern, just I have to bend over for a second to kind of catch my breath, and then it ends up being fine. But I don't know, I just thought that was kind of interesting. She told me, you know, that when you have a Braxton Hicks contraction and you are actually getting an ultrasound, it can kind of curl the baby up, which makes sense because it's your muscles kind of contracting. So I don't know, I just thought I would add that in there for you guys. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't get as much footage as I wanted from my maternity shoot because we were both kind of running behind, but I am so glad that I was able to include as much as I could for you guys today. Please stay tuned for the next video. It is going to be a nesting nursery video. I recorded 2 videos today in one, so be on the lookout for that. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.